Good morning. It's Malcolm McPherson in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Today is Victoria Day, named after Queen Victoria, in a period when the sun never set on the British Empire. It's May 24th, 2021. This is an introductory video which will be short. It's introducing my recovery from schizophrenia, and the series is entitled Schizophrenia Recovery: A Day in Malcolm's Life. The journey is a road trip with friends and community. I did not recover by myself. I had help from places like the Center for Addiction and Mental Health in Toronto, historically, and from numerous friends and community wherever I found myself. Today I'm just going to read quite visually some excerpts from things that I think you need to know to watch this series. It is not a sound bite. You can't learn to recover in 5 minutes or 1 minute. It is a process, and it will probably take many years, but now that schizophrenia seems to be much more understood, it won't take the 35 or so years it's taken me, because people have gone before you. It's with hope and optimism that I share this series of videos, which is ongoing, and I have 4 videos made so far, and they follow logically in a series. They will stand on their own, but it's much more beneficial to watch them in sequence, and the product is actually like a movie if you just keep continuously watching them, and that's how I will prepare them going forward. When I think of my recovery, and I'm just reading from notes that I have, this is pretty much unscripted today. I think of visions, dreams, and memories, and then we have hope for the future. So you can look to the past, you can live in the present, you can look to the future. Words to think about as a basis of psychology for recovery, and this comes from Martin Seligman, a psychology professor at Penn. Think of your intention, your grit, and your resilience, and with this foundation you will do much better moving forward, hopefully with a growth mindset. But if you find that you have a fixed type of mindset, then you can aspire to achieve a growth mindset and move forward and improve. Let's see what else I have here in my notes. Words to live by in recovery. My process, while I've had interventions, and I've had mostly in Toronto, and I've had fantastic counselors and therapists. I've really only had a psychiatrist for about 12 years, and that was here in Kingston. And words that I think of about my journey are self-direction. I've followed a pattern of knowledge translation and exploring and reading, and experiential learning has played a large part in the journey of recovery, because it was not clear what was needed to actually recover, and this has only evolved through trial and error. Things that you should keep in mind are being good to yourself, mindful self-compassion. People with schizophrenia tend to be very hard on themselves, like I used to be. Think of your signature strengths. we're all placed on the world with what Deepak Chopra called Dharma, the thing that we can do the best, which nobody else can do, and that comes from the VIA Institute's signature strengths. Think of being grateful for what you do have and savor the good times. And mindfulness and exercise and gratitude and life skills and living a structured life, contributing to well-being will all help with recovery. Let's see. Basically, I find that working helps me, and it's what you can do, and not to put pressure on yourself. And I find living on my own is more helpful than living with family or parents, but that's just me. You know, when you live on your own, it's really down to you, and that's what recovery is about. Even though I've recovered, I'm sad to say that people tend to think, because I'm normally quiet and introspective a lot of the time, that I don't know what I'm doing, and they continually tell me things that I need to do, and they seem to think they can just tell me anything, like things that are psychologically abusive, and that still goes on today as it had this weekend. I decided to quickly do this video because I spent the night, a lot of the night, with tears on my pillow from what I considered were abusive comments to me. And probably a lot of us have had adverse childhood experiences, and the abusive comments trigger those flashbacks to those experiences, which people don't understand. But the solution I found to bullying and toxic comments is assertiveness, negotiation, and resilience. And a lot of this draws on the work of positive psychology and the course that I took in the spring last year, The Science of Well-Being, with Professor Laurie Santos at Yale University. What else can I tell you? Basically, I'll leave you with this thought, which when I dried the tears today from the abuse, psychological abuse that I felt I suffered, I know that I can negotiate my way out of this. But I found this on the internet when I was listening to Negro spirituals, things like Amazing Grace and the origins of that song. And Whitley Phipps said this, and I think it's a good way to wrap this up. It is the quiet crucible of our personal private suffering that your noblest dreams are born, and God's greatest gifts are born in compensation for what you have been through. I think that kind of says it all. And I hope you are able to watch this series in sequence, and feedback is enormous. I will continue to make videos, but I don't have a lot left right now. I need some help. A lot of this project has been done pretty well entirely by me, with some technical help from Parker Technologies. And I need some help with social media and that. I do have social media, but it's too much for one person to do. And I was thinking that I would just start to release these videos and pick up a website and an Instagram and these other accounts as I move along. So with that, I hope we're able to enjoy the day, which here in Canada is Victoria Day, and I hope you're able to watch my series of videos, which takes quite a while to watch, but I would slowly watch them and not power watch them. They will mean more to you, and I'm doing this for you to share my recovery in an aspiration that it may help people in recovery from schizophrenia or their families or clinicians and people working in mental health or in medicine. One psychiatric nurse in internal medicine did an intervention with me here in Kingston when I was hospitalized with pneumonia last year, and she said, "Down the rabbit hole," and immediately I thought, up the rabbit hole. So that was one of the best interventions I've had here in Kingston. So with that, I'll leave you for the day and slowly watch the videos. I invite you to do that, and we'll go from there. So it's Malcolm in Kingston, Ontario.